Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Ike and you're watching stonecoldcoffeecrafts. And yes, this is take 2 of me trying to record a WiP Chat to welcome you to 2020. I actually recorded this video yesterday on the 7th of January, the first time. But you know, my little Miss Lola, my perfect little assistant, I think she disagreed with the quality of what I was talking about because she decided to lay down on the keyboard about 11-12 minutes in, and I didn't notice that this killed my recording. So I really was so annoyed that I didn't want to film it once again yesterday. So I decided to postpone to today. Sorry, word's still hard. So I hope you had a great new year so far. First week is over officially now. I hope it has been fantastic, that you are doing well, that you hopefully welcomed the new year in a very special to you way, whatever that may be. That could be jogging pants, sweatpants on the couch, I don't know, going to bed around 8 or something like that. Anyway, I thought I would try to talk to you about life updates, of course, because that's always the first order of the day, isn't it? A bit of a roundup of 2020, and then last but not least, talking about crafty plans and, of course, YouTube plans. Because if you have been following me on Instagram last year, I didn't start my channel before spring last year, so mostly my diamond painting life happened on Instagram. I had this crafty resolution kind of thing going on last year as well, and I thought I would transform it to YouTube because why not? We're doing videos now, so that's what we should do. So anyway, I think I forgot to pull my notes on 19. Let me check. I know I wrote it down. Here it is. Okay, I did write it down. So let's start with the live updates because that's what we usually start with in these WiP Chats, don't we? As I said, today is the 8th, which makes it Wednesday. I live in a part of Germany where January 6th is actually a public holiday. Because of the 3 wise men and all that. That day is on the 6th, and I actually got the day off, so my first day of work was yesterday. I hesitate to call it day of work because I actually didn't work a whole lot. As you know, I switched assignments at the end of the year, and yesterday was supposed to be my first day, but quite honestly, pretty much no one was in the office from the team I'm supposed to work with now. So I basically spent my day being quite bored. Worked my way through all the emails I got during my absence, which was quite substantial, as you might remember, because I think I haven't been to work in 6 or 7 weeks, might even be 7, 6 for sure. So there came in quite a few emails. I still had to clean up my mailbox from all the stuff that accumulated in it during these last busy 2 months. So basically spent the first 2.5 hours of the day sorting 800 emails. Thankfully, only about 250 or so were new ones I hadn't read yet, so that went quite fast. Have to say most of them I actually didn't really read, because if it was related to my old job, I wasn't overly interested because I knew I hadn't had to go back to it and the real estate team had already taken over. To some degree. There were a few things I forwarded to them though, because I wasn't sure if the person requesting something from me had contacted them in the meantime. Sometimes people just don't do that. I really don't get that, but sometimes people just don't. And I had an out of office notice. I had it from the first day I was out, stating I wasn't available and who to contact. But that still doesn't necessarily mean that people do that. Oh, maybe a few words about the painting I am working on. This is Mama Knows from Diamond Art Club. It's a Game of Thrones themed painting they released in May, I believe it was. Might have been late April, but I think it was beginning of May. It was actually the first painting they released with square AB drills. And as you know, this one fits my diamond painting theme of the month, which is the abandoned ones, because I started this, as I said. Oh no, I didn't say that. So I started it right away when I got it. And I finished about that much. So about a section like you see above here. That's the approximate size of section I'm working on in this painting. And I think I already said it in the unboxing I did for this painting. I was not happy with the quality of the drills. Maybe I can even show you what I mean when I'm talking about that. Can you see how these drills are very, very curved on the edges? And they are also different sizes. I think this is a pretty good example. These two here. Oh, sorry, it's very unfocused. But I think you can see it. They are actually lined up next to each other. And can you see how this one is a lot bigger than this one? So this was when the square drill issue Diamond Art Club had started. And I had talked to Rachel about that at the time. She was working on JoJo's Art's Princess Mononoke at the time, and she was much further along than I was. I just started it and just started this little section. So she contacted Diamond Art Club about the drills. That day, I finished this first section, and she and I and Diamond Art Club worked together that night to demonstrate them what we were talking about, why we thought these drills had a quality issue. And as you hopefully know by now, this quality issue is fixed. So for the last, I believe 2 months, might even be longer, everything that is either back in stock or a new release in square has the new quality of drills. And the new quality of drills is back to what we were used to before this happened. So don't be worried. If you purchase square drills now from Diamond Art Club, they are once again uniformly sized. They are once again straight edged. They lie very smoothly next to each other. They sparkle more. That's also something I've noticed. These drills do sparkle, but the ones that Diamond Art Club had and now has again sparkles so much more. So the issue has been fixed. It has been fixed, and I have purchased kits that have the new drills. I purchased restocks actually that have the new kind of quality of drills. So yeah. And maybe you might want to check this kit here out, because I think it's right now on sale. I know that I purchased Just Drawn That Way, I think, the Jessica Rabbit painting. I purchased that one on sale, and it was a restock. It has perfect drills. So you might snag this one here for a very good price. And it's a gorgeous, gorgeous painting. Hi, baby. So Miss Lola is in the house. Can't see her, but she's up there on the canvas. Sitting on the face, as always. So yeah, but I started this painting and I didn't enjoy the drills because frankly, I have worked on too many paintings testing out shops with this kind of drill quality. And although they don't pop on this canvas, because Diamond Art Club gives the drills a little bit of leeway as far as the size they print their canvases in goes. I haven't tested yet. They explained to me that actually while the glue cures, this is a poured glue, so it cures, it's not a double-sided tape, that everything actually shrinks together and the gapping should disappear. So ask me again in a year and I will tell you if I can actually see that, because I've not tested that at all, and can't confirm or deny that. They actually print the canvas a slightly teeny tiny bit larger. And I think this is the reason why these drills don't pop, even though they look smaller. And there is gapping in certain colors, but also with other paintings where we had popping drills, not all the colors always popped. It was always certain colors, mostly like the blacks and stuff like that. Even though they don't pop, I'm just not a fan of the look of these drills. I know you won't see it from afar, but I stare at it close up while I'm working on this for hours and hours, and I don't enjoy the look. I just don't like it. And that's what kept me from working on this painting, even though I know it doesn't pop, even though I know it will look stunning once done. It's just a mental block, people. If you have to look at this closely, it's like with my stitching. If my stitches look all wonky and wrong, I don't like it. I just abandoned a project because I didn't like the fact that I had to stitch over a very small fabric with too much floss as well. It was just too bulky and wonky and fluffy. I didn't like it. Scrapped it. Going to do it again on a bigger scale fabric and it will look perfect. Yeah, so anyway, long story long, this is Mama Knows. I am going to finish her this month. I had a second painting picked out, and actually if yesterday this little majesty over there wouldn't have stopped my recording, you would actually have seen it nearly complete because I was working on the last section. So Starry Night from Star Roar is complete as of yesterday, and I'm going to film the final review once this is done. If I ever stop jabbering about this painting. So anyway, life update. So like I said, work was uneventful today. At least my team lead was there. I was a bit not amused about the fact that he seemed to have forgotten everything we talked about in October when we spoke about me coming over to his team. So we had to pretty much rehash this whole conversation, which we did. Same result. So yeah, it was just a bit tedious. And I think I am now set up that I can actually start to do some real stuff tomorrow. Still have to decide what I want to start with, because my former boss actually requested that I complete a project that is currently running. And the project manager that is doing it is supposed to be pulled out of that to handle something else. And I'm just supposed to do the rest of whatever is left. According to what my former boss told me today, it's actually not a whole lot and it sounds manageable, but I'm honestly not fond of the idea to just jump into the cold water again and start running on this whole project management thing, because I have never formally had any training. So right now I'm pretty much mimicking what I've seen over the years, and I would like to get a foundation first. That's actually why I applied to this open position as junior project manager, because if you look that up, you will find that this actually means there's a project manager, and the junior project manager is assisting the project manager to learn. And in the meantime, I actually wanted to get some real training with real certificates in the end, that I actually have some kind of proof of the stuff that I am supposedly able to do. So yeah, I think my new team lead is also not very fond of the idea of me taking this over. He doesn't doubt that I can do it, but he feels uncomfortable with just, letting me run first without having a bit of time to adjust to how his team works and get some kind of formal foot on the ground. So I think I actually agree with him. We will see. I'll have to have a chat with him. He didn't have a whole lot of time today either. Let me tell you, telephone conferences are the bane of our existence. He pretty much spent all day, except for maybe half an hour, in these telephone conferences. And from the other half hour, I got about 15 minutes, I believe. So, yeah, but so far I like the team. The people are nice. it's great to be working with people again that are like-minded to me and not the complete opposite like the people were I worked with last year. This was the kind of working mentality I just didn't get. It seems like this is still going on. We didn't have a formal handover last year because I went from sick leave to vacation, and I was supposed to have a handover in January. Never said I wouldn't, but it looks like that on Monday, because while I was on public holiday, most of Germany wasn't. They had the meeting, and it looks like real estate threw a fuss that they needed at least a day or two for me to hand over all my open items, which my former boss, who is also involved in this whole nightmare because of what he does now, told me today. And I told him I have no clue what they are talking about because I had nearly nothing open by the... No. Nearly nothing open by the time I left, and everything I had open could easily be talked through in a couple of hours over the phone. Because pretty much everything was done by the time I finished up the Jena move. So I have no clue what they are talking about. Maybe they were speculating to get me back one more time to Ashbourne because they actually didn't lie into my face and they did like me and wanted to have some kind of goodbye, it was nice having you type of thing. I don't know. But quite honestly, I can really do without. Just want to get it over and finally do some work that feels at least somewhat accomplishing, satisfying. Like I didn't waste my time on stuff that could have been done so much easier if there were just processes. So yeah, let's hope these things are going to be better now. Christmas. How was your Christmas? So mine was actually, it was okay. It was a bit stressful, as always, because, you know, I've complained about it multiple times. Christmas is actually just us being on the road multiple times, and that was the same this year, but I actually enjoyed very much that I finally got some time to spend with my kitty. No, don't do it. To spend with my parents and my grandmother. We spent most of the 25th with my grandmother in the retirement home, and I think she enjoyed that day very much. I enjoyed it for sure. I really don't mind spending time there with her. Some of my cousins seem to have a real problem visiting her on a regular basis, which always makes me so sad because I'm so far away, I can't, and they live so close, and they go once a month or something like that. If I had the option, I think I would visit her at least once a week. But then again, who knows, maybe I would be that type of person as well if I was there. I doubt it, highly doubt it. But anyway, kitty, you are sitting on my notes. Not a problem now, but going to be a problem when I want to wrap up 2019. And the cats, they are doing quite well, as you can see. When I first went on sick leave, they behaved a bit strangely. I guess you noticed that Lola wasn't in a lot of videos I made in this time. I don't know if she was... Honestly, I know that cats can be depressed. I know that. I'm watching Jackson Galaxy. But I think they actually might have been a little bit... Well, Nelly not so much. She is more imprinted on my boyfriend. She wants me around, but it's not like she misses me if I'm gone for a few days. But Lola is very much my cat, and I think she was done by the time that I finally stopped going away for days or even a whole week at the time. But she kept away, so that was very strange. Usually she doesn't keep away, but these first 2 weeks or so, she kept more of a distance than she usually does. I don't know if it was the test, if I was going away again, if she had to deal with just the boyfriend again, because he is subpar in her opinion. Poor guy. Poor guy. So yeah, but they are doing fine. They Christmas usually isn't a problem. New Year's Eve is always a huge problem for Lola, at least. Nelly is nervous. She doesn't know what to do with the fireworks and all that. But Lola is really afraid of it. Really afraid. She usually, in the late afternoon, she will be gone, and then she's somewhere underneath the bed and she won't come out until at least 2 a.m. when the fireworks finally stops. Because people with small kids have the tendency to have 2 fireworks or have a different firework from people with older kids or no kids, because usually around 7 first people will really start doing firework, as in not just a single shot of something, it's going to be the whole thing, and she can't deal with that. But this year it was actually quite okay, because people behaved. So usually shops are not allowed to sell any kind of firework here before December 27th. December 27th to the 31st is the only time during the year you can legally purchase fireworks here. And I don't know why, but people go and buy that stuff on the 27th, and then starting on that day, some people will just randomly use it. Mostly the stuff that makes a lot of noise, not the gorgeous kind of firework. They keep that at least until actual New Year's Eve. And that usually does her in. She's nervous for days, and then the 31st is just the awful climax of it. This year, though, nothing until the 30th in the afternoon was the first time I heard someone shoot off some kind of noisy firework shit. So I'm impressed. I have no idea if it was prohibited this year by our town, because they can do that. They can actually forbid you to use it in certain areas of the town, or I think they could actually forbid you to use it at all. So I was kind of surprised. She was gone around 11 p.m., I think, and came back out 2:30. So new record. So yeah, but otherwise both are doing fine. In case you wondered, because I know some people actually commented on the absence of my little furry assistant. And I think that's all I have on live updates so far. I believe. Or if I got the half of it, I have no idea. Okay, so 2019 wrap up. I know I'm super late, but yeah, that's just how it is. I haven't filmed anything except my giveaway winner after December 15th, I believe. And speaking of giveaway winner, I will have to redraw or re-announce. I have already redrawn because we were actually asked by Diamond Shop to draw a winner and a backup winner. So I drew the backup winner when I drew my winner. And since my winner has not gotten in contact with me, I will have a new announcement of my backup winner up tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. And I think my wax is really crapping out on me right now. You know what? I haven't used my patty wax in a while. So you have probably already heard of patty wax everywhere, But the lovely Robin actually asked me if she could send me some of her paddy wax to try out. And I think the one I chose was this here, Blackberry. And she actually sent me 3 little samples. So she also sent me vanilla latte, which smells absolutely delicious. And she sent me lavender, which I haven't tried yet. As you can see, it's still not scratched at all. But I think it will fit the blue drills very well. So let's try that out for a bit. So 2019 wrap up. I've seen multiple diamond painters do this, so I'm going to do that as well. I counted my finishes for the year, and I had a total finish of diamond painting related projects of 84. Can't read my own writing. It's actually that my pen crapped out on me when I was writing that. So I don't have one of these nifty little boards she creates with trash drills where she can stuck her pen on to get the not needed amount of wax out. Ooh, that makes a loud noise out of the pen. If you are a fan of this cluck 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 noise, this wax is perfect for you, I think. I have used it once before. Not that you don't think that you think I haven't. I actually found while using it that it left a lot of residue on my drills. I think that's why I stopped using it, because I was working on Frost, which is a very light painting, and I didn't want to have to try and clean a round drill painting afterwards. Square shouldn't be that much of an issue if I have as much, but I don't see as much. So maybe it was just the blackberry wax, I don't know. So yeah, I had 84 projects in total, but before you gasp and clutch your pearls, it's only 38 of those are full drill paintings, square, round, and crystal in the regular size that you always encounter. And they ranged from 25 by 25 centimeter to 63 by 90 centimeter in size. So small ones and pretty big ones all mixed in together. And of those I finished 38. And then I had 17 of these little full crystal paintings with the crystals in different sizes, you know, like the superheroes I did and the zodiacs and these kind of paintings. They are either 15 by 15 or 15 by 20 centimeter, and I had 17 of those. And then I had 29 projects that included everything from special drill partial paintings to notebooks to sticker sets. I counted the sets as one project. Keychains, boxes, passport sleeves, LED lights, all this kind of stuff. So 29 of those, and that brings it up to 84 diamond painting related projects that I started and finished in 2019. I also started but didn't finish 2 customs, and I started this one, and of course the Starry Night from Star Wars, which is now finished and my first official finish of 2020. As far as other crafts go, I finished 2 cross-stitch projects. One I finished back during the first DP-a-thon, and you have to refresh my mind when that happened. I think it was spring. Somewhere around the time. And while watching and attending those lives, I actually finished the first project. It was a kit I got from AliExpress. Of course, it was stolen. Now, I know that. I'm going to repurchase the pattern though from the actual copyright holder, manufacturer, and then at least it should be fine as far as doing the right goes, because the floss, well, who cares where the floss came from, and who cares where the Ada came from. Important thing is that I pay the company that actually charted this image for their pattern, and then it's fine. But it's actually a pattern from a company from South Korea, and they sadly don't sell their patterns as PDFs, so you have to get a hard copy. I have a shop in Germany where you can pretty much get any of those, but they special order them, so it takes about a month until you get it, if it's not in stock, and they have very few of those patterns for you ready to ship in stock. Which is fine, considering that they pretty much offer any pattern this company ever did, so I'd rather wait and not have to try and find the impossible to find pattern, I guess. So this is ordered. It will be here sometime, probably not before February. The second project I completed was my Nutcracker Parade from the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. This was a Christmas stitch-along they did, and they I ordered the full kit from them, so their PDF pattern, which dropped on a weekly basis. Yeah, weekly. And I purchased the floss and the fabric, which was from Picture This Plus. So this is an American company anyway, and I can't get it anywhere here, so I have to purchase it anywhere from the US. Got the complete kit from them. No issues there. The stitch along started in October, end of October. Didn't have my kit in time because customs is sometimes a bunch of buttholes. And yeah, it wasn't in country in time for the stitch along. They just held onto it for, I believe, over 2 weeks. It was something nice like that. So yeah, and by the time it finally came in, I actually didn't have time to work on it because I had to go through the madness that was November. But once I went on vacation, I finally started stitching on it. I had to get frost out of my system first before I could fully concentrate on it, because frost was such... Hi Lola. Such a wonderful painting that I just didn't want to stop working on it. So yeah, but once that was done, I was actually making so much progress on the Nutcracker that I am proud to say I finished it before 2020. Did not finish it like Rachel on Christmas Day, which was kind of poetic, but I knew I wouldn't because I had just started too late to accomplish that. But I managed to finish on the 29th, I believe. Yeah, 29th of December. Yeah, I hear you. Not sure what she's trying to tell me, but I hear her. So yeah, these were the 2 cross-stitch projects I finished. Then we had card making. Yeah, that was wholly unsuccessful in 2019. I could not find my stamping mojo anywhere. I believe I finished 2 cards. The one I did the video for in April, which was an Easter card, and the one I sent Rachel, which was the little llama card, the St. Patrick's Day llama, and that I think was it as far as cards goes. I believe I did not do any more. And then I, of course, did the advent calendar for my crafty friend. Oh no, I did a card for that as well, but it was not a stamped card. It was a card made with, I think that little gnome I used was a sticker. Can't even remember now. So yeah, card making or paper crafting really resisted me last year. Beading, I did take up beading again. Didn't do as much as I thought I would. So by the end of 2019, I finished making 2 bracelets and 2 pendants. That's about it. I really wanted to accomplish more but more on that topic later when we move on to plans and crafty goals. So, plans and crafty goals. I have more notes because I would forget half of it if I didn't. So, one crafty plan, and it isn't really as much of a plan as it might sound because I did not plan this. I just realized it was going to happen. There will be less diamond painting next year. Not because I don't like it anymore. I still do find it very, very relaxing, and I want to keep doing it. And I am going to be part of the slash your stash thing to a degree. There's always a but with me. Never anything without this little but attached. So there will be less diamond painting. Because the stitchy bug really bit me. I really, really, really want to cross stitch right now. I've completely immersed myself into the topic once again. So yeah, there will be more time spent on that, and that actually means I'm not going to complete as many diamond paintings as I planned to. So I had this whole diamond painting theme of the month thing planned out for the whole year and next year, with all the themes and the paintings I wanted to complete, and usually it would be 2 per month if they weren't super big. Like a lot of my paintings are this famous 50 by 70 size Diamond Art Club likes so much. If they weren't as big, I sometimes even planned 3, which would have been totally achievable. But with cross-stitching, no. So I'm going to tone this down a little bit. I think I'm only going to put 1 painting per month on my have to finish this list. And only if I feel like I can get another one done without completely neglecting everything else, I will do a second one. I have to say this blue wax works a bit better for me. So the black one gave me a bit more of grief. This blue one works very smoothly. Very, very smoothly. I like it. Thumbs up for the patty wax. So yeah, crafty goals. I want to spend more time on the beading. So I've talked about it before. Crafting for me usually goes in circles. There are things I do for a while and then I fall out of love a little bit, and at some point, sooner or later, I will return to it. Sometimes it takes me over 2 decades, like with the stitching, and sometimes it takes me less time than that. So I'm currently actually revisiting the beading, but it's a bit like the first time around. I like to do it, but it's more of an in-between, let's do something else kind of thing for me. So not something I feel the need of to do daily or let alone weekly even. So I'm not sure how much of beading I will really have in the future. So I'm still subscribed through the Beadbox, and I'm going to stay subscribed to it, let me say, for at least another 2 months. Because I like it, the price is good, and maybe I can get back into it more. To be honest, a lot of my not really getting into it also is due to the fact that I don't have a huge stash of beads, because I never got that deep into it the first time around. And a lot of things I see and want to try usually require ordering something I don't have yet. And I'm a bit reluctant with that. Because it's really expensive. It's surprisingly expensive. Considering it's just glass beads. But yeah, it's good quality, so good quality usually has a price. And I haven't regret anything I bought yet, so that's probably a good thing. But with the fact that I'm currently going down the stitching rabbit hole as well, which is, let's be honest, it's a money grave. I'm trying not to go down 2 rabbit holes at the same time. And I think that might actually be the reason why beading is going to fall to the wayside a little bit. But as of right now, I'm not going to cry wolf. My plan is still to have a wrap-up video of the 2 boxes I have so far at some point. I just don't have anything finished with the second one yet, and I don't have enough finished with the first one that would actually justify a video, in my opinion. But there's going to be something at some point. I don't know yet. We will see. And now the cat is lying on my notes, of course, because she is passive-aggressive like that. Yeah, you are cute. You are cute. Still going to pull my note sheet out under you. So, and I totally put it on her. She doesn't mind. And last but not least, I think I've mentioned before that I'm absolutely unable to do anything yarn related. So I can't crochet, I can't knit, and I absolutely always wanted to. First time I tried, I think I was around 10. That's when I tried to knit my first scarf, and I was just so bad at it. It's not even that I don't understand what I have to do, I do, but my tension is so horrible. I just can't manage to keep an even and not too tight tension when knitting or crocheting. Just can't. I have no clue why, because I know what I have to do, I just can't do it. But over my break, I actually watched my as of yet absolute favorite floss tuber, who is Michelle Bendy, and she took up knitting last year, and it was actually nice to see how quickly she got from the same point I was at, which was I just can't, to all the plans and actually finishing 2 pieces so far, working on the 3rd right now. And that really made me itch to try once more. And then, of course, my favorite enabler of all times, Rachel Ray, told me she was going to try it. She showed me the yarn she wanted to purchase for a pattern she wants to knit. And I absolutely thought, oh, I want to do that too. Because I'm easy that way. You can totally enable me for pretty much anything. Yeah, horrible. So yeah, I might have signed up to Knit Crate, and that's actually the weirdest thing, because I signed up one day before Rachel released. No, not before she released. Before I watched her WiP Chat where she talked about that she had signed up to it as well. Sometimes I swear we are kind of wired. This is just not normal. So yeah, I have signed up to that box as well. If you are living outside of the US and are interested in some kind of yarny subscription box, Knit Crate actually ships free to a lot of countries, I believe. Western Europe for sure. Australia and stuff like that should be on that list too. So check that out. I think it might actually be worth the cost. I will admit I have no clue at all about yarn and how expensive this is supposed to be and how good it is, but I think this is actually a pretty good deal, and I'm going to try it, and maybe with the help of YouTube I can finally learn how to knit. Would be nice. So I had to take a drink because my throat is getting very dry. So what does that mean for my plans for YouTube? It actually means that in 2020 there will be less diamond painting related content. And cat, why are you trying to put everything... itchy. Because I put myself on some kind of no-buy. So it's not a complete no-buy, but it is an AliExpress, Amazon, whatever no-buy. So I've given myself permission if I see something I absolutely need from my favorite shops, like Diamond Art Club, like Diamond Shop, Treasure Studio Arts, shops I know license their painting that they sell. I'm going to allow myself to purchase these paintings if I have at least finished twice as many as I want to buy. So if I want to buy a Diamond Art Club, I have to finish 2 paintings first before I'm allowed to do that. Because even though I don't want to put myself on a complete no-buy, I know I'm not going to manage that because I know myself. I at least want to have less paintings in my stash at the end of 2020 than I do now. So I can't buy any more before I haven't finished at least 2 per paintings I want to buy. I don't know how well I will hold out, quite frankly, especially considering Diamond Art Club is still going to discontinue paintings. I probably... Oh, cat. It's good now. Stop trying to lie down on my notes. It's probably still going to discontinue more paintings because they need the room for more new paintings, and there are quite a few that are on my wish list I haven't gotten yet. So let's hope for the best. So this is the plan as far as purchasing goes. That also means there will be a lot less unboxings. And let's be honest, unboxings so far have been the majority of my content. And let's change that. It will change no matter what. But let's do it consciously. So yeah, less unboxings. There is one collaboration that I agreed to before I made this decision. So I have been contacted once again by Ryan, you know, the guy who used to do all the collaborations for CES deals. Don't know what's going on there. I think he left CES deals and opened his own shop because the collaboration is actually not for CES deals, but for a shop that is a carbon copy as far as you ask me. And for the first time since I have become a YouTuber, I have thought, you know what, let's go for broke. He made me an offer to get a certain amount of diamond painting related product from him, and I went with the maximum amount and offered him 6 videos in return. So he requested for what he was offering me that I would do 4 unboxing videos. He's going to get that. But I also told him I'm going to do, as I did last time for the CES deals collaboration, I'm going to do a final review as shortly after the unboxings I can do for anything that isn't a full drill painting, because I also ordered 2 full drill paintings this time, and one is a 3-piece, so this is not going to be finished quickly. And I told him anything that is not a full drill painting will be reviewed in this first final review, and I plan to have that ready by the time the 4th unboxing actually goes live on my channel, so that pretty much the next video you see will already be the final review for that, because I know that a lot of you actually like to see what the stuff looks like complete. Unboxings are good and fine, but actually seeing stuff complete helps people sometimes more than just seeing the unboxing of things. At least I'm that way. I've always been that way. The channels I was drawn to the most in the beginning were channels that offered final reviews of paintings. Because I've always been of the opinion, yep, unboxings are nice, but you can't really determine the quality of a painting by just unboxing it. You have to do it, and then you have to show and tell what you experienced to actually come to a conclusion. And I think that is also the reason why we all ordered a Huracan pretty early in our diamond painting career, because there were a lot of YouTubers that kept unboxing them. And they looked good upon unboxing, but they never finished one first before they ordered more. And that, paired with the fact that they are dirt cheap, made them this popular. I actually don't believe that they ever had really super good quality. They probably had decent quality at some time, because I know that my Huracan, which was, I think, the third painting ever that I purchased and completed, was not as bad as the ones that are on the market now. It was just my main colors that were awful. So basically my whole background of that painting. And yeah, that put me off entirely of this company. And I think by now a lot of other people are there as well. Even though, yes, I have retried them in the meantime, because when a company tells me I have improved, I like to check if that is true, because second chances and all of that. Don't believe there will be another one though. And she's sitting on my notes again. Cat. So, another thing I have been thinking about, and this is something you might roll your eyes about, I don't know, but I am not going to put any more diamond painting related videos up on my channel that are showing paintings with questionable copyright. So for example, I had a final review finished for the Christmas Stitch, but I haven't uploaded it yet, and I'm not going to, because we all know Stitch is Disney, and Disney never approved Moon Crescent to use their character for diamond paintings. There's no way. No way. I know, or I'm pretty sure, that this painting is some kind of artwork they took from someone and didn't ask. I don't know, because I haven't looked up the artist first before I made this video, but I'm pretty sure if I put it in reverse image search, something would come up. So this is also something that is going to change. If it's questionable in my mind that something I have in my stock right now is a copyright issue, I'm not going to show that. I tried to find out if the two paintings that I ordered for this collaboration are okay to use. I think they are. I'm going to take a risk there. But I think they are okay to use. It took me quite some time to choose them, because my usual taste horribly clashes with this plan. So might not be what I usually would buy. Maybe you will be surprised or not. We will see. I hope they are okay. So yeah, that will also be a reason why there will be less diamond painting related projects on this channel. Then, as I said, I caught the stitchy bug, so I have plans to do floss tube videos on a regular basis. I have no idea yet what that means. I'm pretty sure it won't mean weekly. I'm thinking every other week right now, if I have enough to talk about. But considering how much I love stitching right now, I should have enough to talk about, I think, without making it just haul. I don't have any stitch with me's planned. I fully admire people who can do it, but I've recently been on on lives and have tried to stitch and chat at the same time, which resulted in so much frogging. So nope. Not going to attempt that quite yet. Maybe in the future, I don't know, but not quite yet. And I also don't plan anything knitting related except maybe the Knit Crate unboxings. I don't think this is actually anything worthwhile to watch. Watching me struggle with knitting. So yeah, a few changes to the channel which I think are necessary. And I forgot a whole bunch of 7s here. I'm completely blind. I have to go back to that. Yeah, so what is not on my goal list currently? You might have noticed paper crafting dropped off there. That's because I'm not going to put myself under any kind of goal as far as that goes. If I feel the urge to do something, if I feel like I need to do cards, I absolutely have to get my creative juices flowing, then I will. But I will not tell myself you have to do more of that and you have to do videos of that, because I learned 2019 that this means nothing will happen. Yeah. Beading, I also, like I said, still plan to have the unboxings of the bead boxes, and I hope to get in some kind of regular beading to have actually also the wrap-up in the same month, but I have a feeling this might not turn out and I will cancel the bead box sooner rather than later. We'll have to see. Not sure. Yeah. I'm currently still trying to decide which stitch along I should join for 2020. Yeah, I'm totally late to the game, but there are so many year-long that start in January, and there were so many I liked, and in the end, I never made a decision. So I have to know, or I will fall so far back behind that I might just as well not bother. But anything more stitching related will be in my first floss tube video. And I'm thinking about doing them every other Wednesday right now. Last year I've tried to establish a Monday, Wednesday, Friday rhythm to my videos. Hasn't totally worked out, but I'm going to try that again. I think every other day, 3 videos per week is okay for someone who works full-time and actually wants to do some crafting as well, because let me tell you, doing the videos takes so much more time than what you're actually watching in the end. It's surprising. It's surprising. I knew that before I started it, and still it surprised me. So yeah, I'm trying to go to this 3 videos a week and hopefully stick to it. Yeah, keep your fingers crossed. Also, what I've not put back on my goals as far as YouTube goes, I'm so sorry about that, but I read all your comments. I love all your comments. I'm very bad at answering them, and because I've been putting myself under the answer every single comment thing from the get-go, I pretty much stopped answering all of them, even the ones with questions in it. So what I would like to do starting as of now is answering only the comments that have some type of question in them, I guess. So yeah, and I'm so sorry about that. I actually liked the interaction in the beginning, but I've always been a very bad commenter myself, and this doesn't change when replying to comments you left me. I don't know why I am like that. I think it's part of my I don't like social media thing, because I've never on anything commented if I didn't have to. If it had been blogs or Twitter or Instagram, I leave so few Instagram comments also. Sorry, so sorry. I'm just very bad at it, so I decided not to try and force myself to do it, and hopefully by this approach to manage to actually go back to at least liking all of them, so that I can show you, yes, I've read them, because that I definitely do, and answering the ones that ask me questions that actually should be answered. And yes, I know I'm horrible at that. I'm so sorry. So that is that. Also not on my list of goals for the next year, but something I have been talking about a lot, thinking about a lot since Christmas, is that at some point I really would like to learn how to crochet, mostly what my grandmother does. So the doily and filigree and this very, very fine type of crochet. Because what I realized over Christmas, when I actually got to look through all the stuff that she still had in her house, which she used herself before she moved to the home, and pick out what I wanted, I realized that actually no one in my family does this kind of craft. No one in my family crochets. No one in my family has an interest to pick it up. And I bet you if they did, they would not do this kind of crochet. Because I think from all my cousins, I am actually the only one who wants to have this stuff. I've actually gone to my grandmother in the last 8 years or so and have from time to time requested certain things, asked her to do that. And I think I'm really the only one. Most of the others just take it, they thank you like the good little girls and boys they are, and never use it for anything, never like it. And I actually like it. And I think it's something that someone should carry on. Because at some point in this... doesn't want to pick them up. Interesting. At some point she won't be there anymore. And then it's something that's lost from the family. And I'm sorry, I think that would be horrible. Oh, do I have to reload? That's a bit odd. But let's see. Maybe that's work. Yep, that works better. It's probably because so far I've only worked with these slightly misshapen drills, and this now is a color with the old perfect drill quality, and they are a bit flatter. So these ones are actually kind of uneven, even on the top, and they get deeper into the wax and hollow it out more. And if you come back to this size here, seems like it doesn't want to pick it up without having to reload a bit first. So the long run plan is for me to somehow manage to learn this. I have no idea if I even stand a chance, to be honest, because this is something... Sometimes you look at stuff and you're just in awe and you think, nah, there's no way I can do that. And I know I do stuff where others look at and say, she has to be completely crazy to do this. I mean, telling people you are sticking thousands and thousands and thousands of little diamonds on a pre-printed and glue-covered canvas usually makes them look at you that way. So yeah, I guess it's no wonder that I look at the stuff she does and think, there's no way in hell I could do that. But somehow I really got sentimental and really decided I want to try at least. But not this year. I have already too many goals on my list to add this one as well. If I can manage to learn to knit this year, I might tackle the crocheting next year. How is that? So, wow. Talked for an hour already. But at least we are at the end of my list. So, I guess this is then a good point to stop and get off here so I can actually work a bit faster on this. talking in these WiP chats does slow me down on the diamond painting. So this is a lot less than I would usually do in an hour. So yeah, like I said, I hope you had a wonderful start to the new year. And I hope you will stick with me even through the changes I am planning. Oh, I have to be careful. There are actually two. Okay, that's the other one. That's color 21. Stick with me even through the changes, even though that's maybe not what you signed up for in the beginning. Maybe you can find something that interests you as well. Who knows? And if you don't, stick around for the cat. All right. I will leave you to it. Have a wonderful day, have a wonderful week, and we will talk to each other very soon, finally with the final review of Frost and the wrap-up for December. Something that's going to hit YouTube. Let's make that next week, okay? All right, guys. Bye-bye.